Well, those of you that have watched the vlog for quite a while, you know that I'm into my pit biking. And last time I raced it was at Nora Sport. I raced in the Super Mini class, was able to win, which was nice. But I was struggling the full time with the bike jumping out of third gear. In the end, bizarrely, I did find that using the clutch a lot before changing into third helped it stay in. However, before riding it, I thought I need to investigate. So here we have the engine. It's a Daytona 190, and it must only have 5 hours on it, absolute max. Now, the gearbox, obviously, you know, it's like a C90 style engine, and originally, what's a C90 got? Probably 7 horsepower, maybe. This is probably much closer to 25, and you know, they have improved them a lot over the years, but I mean, 5 hours and we've got gear problems. Now, as you can see, I've already got the clutch cover off, and that's because I didn't envisage finding anything as bad as I did. I thought it was a bit of nothing. Turns out it's not a bit of nothing. Hence, I've removed it from the bike. So, if you'd like to see the insides of a pit bike engine, and specifically a Daytona 190, and what's wrong with this one, then I'm gonna sort of put the GoPro on my head. I've got like a head strap, and we'll see what's wrong with it. I already know what the problem is. How it's caused, I'm not too sure, but we'll go through that anyway, so jump on. Right, so here we go, and I believe you'll be able to see what I'm looking at, albeit the angle you're looking quite a lot down, but let's go ahead and start taking it apart. Now, I have a lot of experience of pit bike engines. I've been riding pit bikes for probably the best part of 15 years. So I do know my way around them quite well. That said, I'm obviously not an engine builder, so if I'm doing anything wrong, you'll just have to forgive me. I use this battery ratchet to take it apart because there's loads of little 6mm bolts with an 8mm head. So I'll just whip these all off and then we'll do a bit more talking. Now there is going to be some oil come out of it, even though I have already drained the oil. That's pretty normal. So if I just take the kickstart idle gear off, you'll be able to see. So what you can see there, this bit of casing has broken off. Basically the gears have been slipping and that's pushed it all the way over. This bearing has started to drive into the engine case, and it's broken out. Now usually you do get this problem quite a lot on all pit bike engines, but my experiences with the YX140s, now it's usually this area that breaks out here, and typically that little part there will break. Yeah, I was definitely expecting it to do more than 5 hours before we had a failure, but well, these things happen, don't they? So let's take it apart. Typically these bolts are posi and they quite often round off, so one of the first things I do is I just swap them for a little countersunk Allen head, which are much easier to remove. Just be careful lifting this out because it has got an O-ring in the middle and you can damage them. I'll just also point out I've never had one of these 190 engines apart, so we're all doing this for the first time. Whip this head cover off. There's a bit of a telltale sign there as well. Sprocket has been wearing into there, so I mean they usually have a fair bit of float, like, but it's not great, is it? We've all done this, surely. Easy. Why wouldn't you do that? Head should lift off now. Probably loads of crap will fall out. Oil. No, not too bad. Let's put that back on there. Lift it. Can we get the chain out? can see how little hours it has on it. It's like brand new, apart from the gearbox, which I'm sure we'll find out is shit. I'm going to take out all these case and bolts now and then it'll come apart. Right, it's now a little bit later. I had to go inside. Steph had just got home from some appointments for our baby, which is not long now, 4 weeks, 3 weeks. I changed the chest mount, so you better see my hands a little bit better, and because the problem is that, you know, I think the angle might not have been great, but we'll see anyway. So I've still got to still got to take all these case and bolts out, so I'll do that now. So we're just going to speed through this bit of video as I did a bad job of explaining what was happening at the time. But fundamentally it was jumping out of third gear because it wasn't fully engaged on the dogs. That was moving third gear and fourth gear towards the clutch, and eventually that needle bearing impacting into the side of the right hand crankcase just fractured it in the end, which made even more space in the gearbox, which then meant, you know, it slipped out of third gear even more. And rather bizarrely, the only thing that locates that shaft in the gearbox. So what we're probably going to do is have a look at these gears with a file, see if we can give the dogs a little bit more mate and face. Ideally it's something you should do, you know, with the proper equipment, so you can ensure that you know, all the dogs are contacting at the same time. But if we're only taking off a little bit, it probably won't be too bad. Obviously we're going to need a new crankcase, new selectors. But the gears I think are okay. So crankcase is £80, gear selectors including a barrel probably £50. That's it really. The rest of it should be free. Maybe it's a new bearing, so it shouldn't be any more than £150 to fix, I don't think. Obviously if this was an R6 engine, it costs a lot more, £150. So yeah, I hope you found this interesting. As you can see, there's the chest mount. So yeah, if you've got any questions about the engine, then just let me know. If you found this interesting, then let me know.